We talked about the Kyrie Irving and Jamal Murray beef. Now we have a beef between two trainers.
Oh, God.
Love that.
I'm sick.
That was authentic from Denise. So this is between Markelle Fultz's trainer, Drew Hanlon, and Kyle Kuzma's trainer going down on social media. Now let's start with this. Brett Brown, to preface all this, said, the Sixers, we wish that Drew Hanlon didn't send the tweet about Fultz. He's told Elton Brand, deal with it, okay? So here's what occurred. Clint Parks is the trainer for Kyle Kuzma. Drew Hanlon, the one for Markelle Fultz. Parks, pure sucker. Come to the podium, please. The basketball world got a couple questions for you. This is after Fultz airball the three. Drew Hanlon, here's your reply. Hate on me all you want. Don't hate on players. That's not professional. You don't know his situation. He's still not healthy. Well, hang on a second. He's still not healthy? Oh. Well, that's revealing, isn't it? By the way, the tweet, people have to learn by now. I love Drew Hanlon, but this goes for anybody who's on Twitter. If you delete it, it's still gonna get screenshot.
Right.
Like nothing is ever gone. So,
True.
Kyle Neubeck reporting via PhillyVoice.com, given the checkered history for Philadelphia on medical issues, public saga Fultz has gone through, the suggestion is worthy of closer scrutiny. The franchise just departed with a GM in June whose downfall was being connected to secret Twitter accounts, burner accounts. So a trainer who works with two of their most prominent players, including within the team's practice facility, is well within the sphere of credibility, of course. But there doesn't appear to be an unknown problem here. Philly Voice conducted discussions with numerous people in the know, and the consensus is that Fultz is not dealing with any issue beyond what a normal NBA player faces during an 82-game season. The numbers do not reflect that. Here is how bad they have been when Fultz is on the court with Mike Muscala, Joel Embiid, JJ Redick. I mean, you're seeing it from the net rating there. Those are horrible numbers. And Yaron Weitzman, a staff writer from Bleacher Report, interviewed many in the know. And here's what they said. I just don't know how his, as in Fultz's game, fits with that team. Said an assistant coach of a team that faced the Sixers. I knew the shooting was a problem, but he also isn't attacking like I thought he would. Another said he's shown that when he's willing to, he can get that 15-foot jumper anytime, and some of his moves in the paint or on the break are the kinds of things most guys just can't do, said an Eastern Conference scout. He's played like 25 NBA games. We need to give him time. Those are both fair. But let's go back to the elephant in the room. And if we can, let's go back to the tweet for a second, Brandon. Why would his trainers say anything on social media that he's not healthy? All you're gonna bring up is bad juju. All you're gonna do is then put a bad spotlight onto his bad shoulder. So now we're learning that he's not completely healthy. Why the F is he even playing then if he's not fully healthy?
Maybe his trainer's just like, maybe he got a little caught up in the moment.
Oh, come on.
He had no heat to bring to that extraness that Clint Parks brought out. And so he was like, okay, well, look, you really don't know what he's undergoing. Maybe he was looking for sympathy. I don't know what it is, but you know what? He shouldn't have got us frustrated enough to let something, news like that leak, even if whether it's true or not, because it's one of those things where everyone's gonna question, hey, you know, what's wrong with Fultz's shot? What's wrong with Fultz? Everyone has a right to question that. And so it shouldn't come to him as a surprise that people are asking that or that any other trainer is asking for that. At the end of the day, this is a business. And for all he knows, maybe, not to say that he is, but maybe this trainer is trying to get his client, you know? And so.
Trying to get his what?
Client.
Trying to get his client what?
Like pick him up in his roster.
Oh, okay.
You know, and for whatever, you know, I don't know like the whole trainer, how that works, if people compete, if they see
right,
clients,
but you know what not to do.
You know what
right?
not to do. I do agree that going back and forth on Twitter isn't good practice.
Totally.
Twitter trainer beef is really whack, especially because a trainer is someone
trainer beef.
Whatever you want to call it.
Say that out loud.
Just because your trainer is such an intimate person that you share with, you have to be very vulnerable with them. Whether you know what, and maybe for all we know, Fultz isn't even injured. Or it's not even that he's not healthy. It's just maybe he was just having a bad day. Or maybe he's on the whole like Jimmy Butler who's like, you know, sitting out for soreness. Okay? Doesn't mean he's injured, just means he's lazy. I'm just kidding. Right. But it's just one of those things where he took it out of proportion. So you're right. Now everyone's questioning, like, well, what health, what's exactly wrong with him? And you're right. Should he even be playing or not? I don't think it's as severe as he's making it seem. I just think the trainer got caught up in the moment, couldn't talk back, and he said, look, sympathy. If we had the dumpster fire gif, that is what I would caption with the Philadelphia 76ers front office right now. Because, man, if I were to hear this and I didn't know, I'd be so pissed. But then again, they should be doing their own medicals on Markelle Fultz and knowing this. Well, he's probably not injured. That's the question, probably, right? That's the million-dollar question. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. You don't? I just think the trainer couldn't take the heat and was like, you know what? Let's squash it. Best way to squash something. If we're going back and forth, if I'm shooting you like just a bunch of attacks and it hurts your feelings and you have nothing to tell me, seeing you sad or get hurt or whatever, I'm gonna be like, oh man, all right. Well, if his athlete's injured, okay. Totally. You know? Sometimes the best thing to say is nothing at all. You know who told me that? It's like in a lot of books. Mama T. Moms. Mama T. Mama said alligator got all them teeth and no toothbrush. I haven't seen an Adam Sandler movie in a long time. Waterboy, by the way, second highest grossing football movie ever. Really? I was amazed to see that. All right, let us know your thoughts. YouTube.com/TYT Sports. Do you know what you could get for $4.99? Maybe one pack of Skittles. You know what's better? A lot of content. So download the TYT app, available on iOS and Android.